Hey guys, it's Amanda and I am back from my break. So as I mentioned in one of my last videos on here, I had planned on taking a break. I kind of was in conflict with myself because at one point I had like all of these weekly videos planned, and then all of a sudden I just got super overwhelmed and I've wanted to be able to like enjoy the outdoors, and I felt like I was focusing more on making the videos about my weight loss than actually focusing on my weight loss. So I just needed to take a break. But now I'm back and I am ready to share with you my progress that I've made since my last video in like June. So the last time that I posted an update video, it was back in June, and there was just a lot of different things going on. We had my sister's wedding, which I still need to post a video of, but we'll get there when we get there. There was 4th of July, and I was just using everything as an excuse. And I was still losing weight, but I was losing very, very little per month. I was losing about 1 to 2 pounds per month when I really was hoping to lose that maybe per week if possible. And looking back at that now, it just makes me think of how much this weight loss journey has truly, truly been a journey. And I kind of just wanted to talk about that because now I am officially 51 pounds down from my highest weight, which was 300 in 2017. And yes, I know I see tons and tons of people that lose that within 1 year, within like these short amount of time, and maybe that works for them, but I've done the massive weight loss thing before and I gained it all back and then some. So I really think that I wanted to talk about how I'm doing it this time and how it's different from what I've done in the past. First, I'll talk about my initial weight loss journey. I was 20 years old and I had battled with being overweight my entire life pretty much. Now, I wasn't necessarily like super overweight like I am now, but I always had a little extra weight. And I don't know if any of you have dealt with this, but you know, you have the people telling you you're overweight, you know, the people making fun of you. I didn't have a lot of that, but there were some, especially boys, and it broke my heart so many times. And it just, you know, got me into the mindset, well, I'm a fat person, I should act like a fat person. And I let that be an excuse, like I'm just always gonna be overweight, so why try? And I went through cycles on and off through probably my whole life where I decided I was just gonna be a fat person. And then other times I was super motivated. I remember this one time in high school, I just decided I was going to start running every morning. So I would run not even far, but for me it was really good. And I think that cycle of like, oh well, I'm just gonna do this to lose the weight, to please everyone, or to not be that fat person anymore, not for health, mostly for vanity. And I think that's where a lot of my problems lie through most of my weight loss journey. So once I got to my 20s, I was a little over 200 pounds and I decided, you know, enough is enough. And I think the big thing that I did was I was eating a lot of healthy foods and doing a lot of healthy things, but I was also doing a lot of unhealthy things, like really, really restricting. And I don't think I ever got to a level where, you know, I would consider it anorexic. It was just my calories were really, really low. And of course you're gonna lose weight when your calories are that low, when you're working out and you're eating healthier foods. But they were so low that it was not sustainable. So as soon as I eventually started to eat more, the weight started coming back, and then I started stressing about a lot of different things that were going on at the time, and it just all came back. And then, you know, then there was my car accident and I felt even worse about myself. I wasn't able to do all of the different exercises and stuff that I wanted to. So yeah, I just got into a funk and said, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to eat and do whatever I want, which was a really, really bad idea because I just blew up. And the thing about it is then after my car accident I had a blood clot, so I wasn't able to go back on birth control, and that's what started my PCOS symptoms back, which one of those is weight gain. So I was not surprised when I went to my doctor and she said, I think you have PCOS, because I was full on agreeing with her. I had seen something about it on Dancing with the Stars, and I'm pretty sure I made a video on this, so I won't go too much into it, but I had already looked up the symptoms and I felt like, you know, this might be something that is affecting me. So when I went to the doctor that day and found out that I had PCOS, I was borderline diabetic, I, for the first time in my life, had gotten to a point that I never thought I would get to, and it became about health. It did not have anything to do with vanity, nothing. I was just like, I need to get healthy because I do not want to live my life this way. I know that I've already done the anti-MLM and the anti-It Works videos, but this does play a lot into that, because part of what makes me so angry, I guess, about it is that the time when It Works came into my life was the time when I was so vulnerable. Like I said in most of my lives of why I joined It Works was we were living with Jacob's parents, both sets at one point or another. I was the highest weight I've ever been. I found out I had PCOS. I found out I was pre-diabetic. I was still trying to get back to some normalcy after my car accident. And just at the right time, this girl messaged me. And because I was trying to get more serious about my weight loss journey, I figured, why the heck not? And because I don't know if it was partially to It Works or just all my own stuff, because I was, you know, cutting out carbs and doing all this stuff, it worked, so I thought that it worked, and I became in love with the products, and that's why I joined. And I really thought in the beginning that I was helping people, and it just really sucked me in so hard. I don't regret it because it was like a learning experience, but what I do know is from the beginning of 2018 to the end, I only lost 5 pounds. 5 pounds with a company that tells you that you can lose way more than that in 30 days without exercise, without changing your diet. Now, mind you, I also had changed my diet, had, you know, exercise routines going on. So in theory, I should be way farther along. But in the end of February of 2018, right before I started It Works, I was 278. And by the end of the year, December 2018, I was 273. And with all of the holiday weight gain, because the holidays, I actually started 2019 at 276. And now, after this past weigh-in, I'm 248. So that's about a 30-pound weight loss in this year without using those products, without using any gimmicks or anything like that. And I just have to say, it makes me feel almost stupid and duped, especially because I'm really just doing the math now, so this is like my live reaction to that. And I don't know, like, it makes me feel bad for trying to give that to others as well. But this is not about that, so we'll just move on. So at the beginning of this year, I really tried to focus on getting it down right. Like, I had loosely done keto throughout all of 2018, but 2019 I really wanted to get it down to a science. So I had my MyFitnessPal, I was making sure I was doing all of the right percentages, you know, meal planning, getting it all out right. But what I realized is when I was out and about in the world where I could not control it, it was super hard to stick to any sort of lifestyle. For the specific example I'm thinking of is when I had went to my sister's house and I was just hungry. I needed a snack. She had your granola bars, bananas, yogurt, like all of this stuff. And it's not that I couldn't have it, but for what I had already had in the day, it didn't fit into my plan. And I felt like a lot of my downfall in 2018 was that I did not stick to the plan. So I felt like I really, I know I've said that a million times, let's do a drinking game, how many times I said really. but I really wanted to stick as close to it as possible. So, you know, I told her no, and that reminded me way too much of my first weight loss experience, where I was just restricting myself really hard, and I wasn't starving myself at that time or anything like that, but just really avoiding food, and it just created such a bad relationship with food, like bad foods, good foods, and that's just not for me. There are some people out there killing it with keto, but it was just not for me. I was not doing it. It did not fit into my lifestyle the way I wanted to. I just could not make it work and be a sustainable way for weight loss or a lifestyle for me. So I just one day woke up and I'm like, this is not how I can do this. So when I started this, I started posting on YouTube when I had started changing everything up, and I made a whole weight loss video about how my weight loss apps, what I'm doing, and I am still doing all of those things, and I feel like it's really become a great lifestyle that is going to be sustainable for me. So what I do every week is, once I weigh in, and I do average weight on Happy Scale, so whether my weight fluctuates or not, it might be lower than my average weight, it might be higher when I weigh in on every Friday. And then I take the average weight, and that's what I plug into MyFitnessPal, and that's what I plug into the TDEE calculator. And then I see how many calories I can have per week. In my notes I put, you know, this is how many calories I can have per week. If you divide it by the 7 days, this is how many per day. And then at the end of the day, if I eat over that, then I try to like reconfigure my calories, and I usually do that as long as I'm not going down too low. Usually on the weekends I use more of the calories, and during the week it's lighter, so it just balances out, and I'm never starving, I'm never not eating foods I want, I'm just eating less of it. I'm just using what I know to make healthier decisions. I'm not cutting out whole food groups. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm literally just making sure that I stay within my calories. I do want to work out more. I haven't been working out, but you know, I'm still losing weight. So the physical aspect of it is more to grow stronger rather than to lose weight. So that's something that I'm trying to incorporate more and more. But I just think I don't know. What I'm going to do now is show my body comparison from the last videos that I did and now. And I'll also throw my measurements in here as well and show you what has been happening for these past few months. And like I said, I have reached 51 pounds down, so I'm really excited to keep going. And yes. So I'm back. I don't know how often or what I'll be posting, but I'll see what happens, especially since it's winter time. I'll have more time. And yeah, so thanks for watching. If you have any questions or any suggestions for videos that you want me to do, please post that down below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!